Yeah, so we've just come out of Anfield. It's finished Liverpool 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Before we start getting into our reaction and analysis of the game and the last match of the 23-24 season, on a beautiful day, I think it would be a miss as Wolves fans not to say, obviously they've said goodbye to Jurgen Klopp, their manager today. We've stopped and watched his speech. He's obviously a great man. He's done fantastic things for them over 8 or 9 years, and he leaves them in a much better shape than when he came. So, I think Gary O'Neill said he's an icon of the Premier League character. He will be missed. And we want to wish, I think fair enough to say we want to wish him all the best for the future.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Chris, coming out the game, your thoughts on Klopp and everything else?
Well, it's just a wonderful place, isn't it? 57,000 Liverpool fans here today. Not one of them left before the Klopp was said goodbye to. So it's all tribute to them. But they're top team, aren't they? Top place, and quite rightly at the top of the Premier League.
Yeah, they did, and they stayed, and they paid a real massive respect to their coaching team and the manager that's leaving, Jurgen. On the game, though, mate, how are you feeling?
I think we'll start with the second half because that was the positive bit, really, wasn't it? 2-0 down at half time, 10 men. This is a place you don't want to have 10 men, isn't it, against a team like this? But actually, you could probably make an argument, say we shaded the second half, and you feared the worst, didn't you? It could have ended at 5-0 when you're 2-0 down at half time with 10 men, but created a couple of good chances, and it did kind of finish on a positive. But haven't seen a replay of the red, but no surprise to see VAR getting involved and it not ending well for us.
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of, we need to come on to that, of course. Let's face it, last game of the season, it's an emotional Anfield, great atmosphere today, the Wolves fans played their part, the Wolves team came out and, we set up and, I thought we played really well. I thought it was a really, really good game. Obviously Liverpool shading it, had a couple of half chances, but they never really hurt us. We had a couple of breaks, had a couple of opportunities, and then around about the 28th, 29th minute, Semedo's gone in for a tackle. I think he's caught the guy on his ankle. It doesn't look out of control from where we're sitting. I haven't watched it back. The referee's given a yellow. As Paul said, no one's appealed for it. And then all of a sudden you see the square he's making in the air. He goes over to the monitor, and he's going to be a red card. And whether you're a Liverpool fan or a Wolves fan, I don't know. You've seen the card. It's just a shame because for me, that moment ruined a really good game of football at that point. And he's got sent off Semedo. He'll probably miss the start of next season now. Wolves were all at sea for about 5 minutes after that. They capitalised. All the best. Thank you, fella. And 2 goals. We sort of did us. And then, but the second half, I thought we read really, really well. And Jose Sarr, my God, he made some good saves.
I mean, you can't fault the Wolves players. They really gave their all today. And I've got to say, another shocking refereeing performance again.
It's been the talk of it. What do you think about the referee today?
I don't think he was.
He didn't give the red card to start with, did he?
No. I think overall perhaps wasn't consistent. That a yellow card for us wasn't a yellow card for them when there was a trip when we were trying to get away.
A couple of times that happened.
Yeah, I've seen worse referees, and it's pointless even commenting on them, isn't it? To be honest, and let's hope this. Even if this VAR ban doesn't come into force, hopefully it'll create a bigger discussion about it and a change for the better.
Absolutely, and I think that's what Wolves are trying to do. I mean, I'm not expecting it to get overturned, semi-automated offsides and stuff like that, but it's another, we're here as Wolves fans, it's a VAR decision. Again, it's gone to the monitor.
Shall we not talk about it, shall we?
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Fair play to Liverpool. They've had a really good season. I know they've tailed off a little bit and weren't in the title race at the end, but they've given Jurgen a good send-off today. They're a good team, good proper fans that have given Jurgen a proper send-off, and I think the Wolves fans played their part as well. It's been a beautiful sunny day, but second half, I do think we did really, really well with 10 men. And Ryan Ait-Nouri
played really well, didn't he?
He had a great thing. But like we had that break, we played some decent football under a lot of pressure in the second half. He cuts past the keeper, and I think he should shoot.
Yeah.
And he passes it to Kuna.
Who then has 3 touches and gets blocked. Surprise, surprise.
I know, and he's gone running past players and stuff like that. He's got more skill on that, and I think it was a real opportunity. We had another couple of opportunities that we didn't take. End of the day, we didn't score, we didn't concede. You know, I'm going to say we won the second half on points. Just look, if you're a Liverpool fan, come on, give us that. We stayed and we supported your manager at the end. A lot of Wolves fans gave him a lot of respect and support at the end as well. We're going to come to our LEAMORE Windows Man of the Match first.
LEAMORE Windows Man of the Match by a country mile, although I'd like to mention Ryan Nouri, I thought he played really well today, was Joe Gomez. I thought he gave, if you can give 200%, then he was everywhere, he was on the end of everything. And my special moment to the match was...
Is this your Parkside Dental moment that made you smile?
It was when he beat 3 of them on the right wing there in the second half.
Let's do the set then. What's your Fox at Shipley performance rating and why?
I think 7 out of 10 really, because I thought they battled well, and you know, you come in, you're on the loser before you start, aren't you?
Absolutely, I think that's well summed up. Professor Paul, mate, your LEAMORE Windows Man of the Match and why?
Yeah, no contest. It's Joe Gomez. Not just for what he was doing kind of off the ball with the closing down and everything, but I think people overlook sometimes what a good player he is on the ball. He's a good dribbler and he uses the ball well. So for me, he was not just the best player for us today, but the best player on the pitch.
Fantastic.
I'll second that as well on the pitch.
We'll second that emotion, absolutely. And your Fox at Shipley performance rating and why?
I'm toying between a 6 and a 7, so maybe that means I'm going for a 6.5. But maybe it's a trend across the Premier League in general. We can get into this on the podcast on Wednesday. But defending crosses, giving up goals that are, they haven't had to work hard for. That's a concern for me. But we didn't fold, and we played some bright stuff as well. So I'll say 6.5.
Fantastic. And your Parkside Dental moment that made you smile?
Yeah, I'd agree. I know what the boss is talking about there with those twinkle toes in the second half. I think Totti Gomez had one as well, so I'll add that one into the mix.
Do you know what? I was going to say Totti Gomez. He second half, he can dribble, can't he?
Yeah, he can.
And he went past a few players, so I'm going to go with that one as well. I am going to go with my performance rating. Look, at the end of the day, I thought they started well. I thought we were well in the game up until the sending off. So that's credit. I thought we were good. After it, for about 5 or 10 minutes, we were a bit at sea. 2-0 down, it could have got a lot worse. Second half here at Anfield, under the circumstances like this, with perfect conditions, and we drew the second half 0-0, and it could have actually, we had a goal, Doherty had a goal disallowed. It was a great ball in. Good to see Pedro Neto on the pitch. Yeah. Is that the last time we see him? Good finish from Doherty as well, just offside. Ryan Nouri, great. I thought Lamina was brilliant. Jose Sarr, he made 2, 3, 4 great saves as well. So he's very close. But you know what? Because you've said Joe Gomez, and I was thinking Joe Gomez, and we're down to 10 men in the second half, I'm going to give him our man of the match because he's got an engine. He puts himself around. He's got fight in him. And if we show all of those sort of qualities that we showed today...
We desperately need to keep that guy.
Oh, we do, don't we?
He must be the top of the shopping list for a lot of teams, isn't he?
He's brilliant. He's a young lad as well. If we show that today, the fight that we weren't on the beach. They put up a performance for the manager. We created a few opportunities in the second half. We platted things, so we've got to just take that level. We've lost the game, but it's a better performance overall. So I'm going to give it a 7. My Fox at Shipley of 7. And then obviously it's going to be a big summer. We're going to get this more into the podcast, but how big a summer is it for us, Chris?
Yes, massive, isn't it, again? At least we've got a manager this time anyway, so it's got a bit of a start on last year. But obviously needs to make a bigger squad and better players.
Absolutely, and back him. Yeah. Thoughts on summer? We'll get obviously more. We're doing an in-person podcast at Molineux in the week, but final thoughts on the season today?
Final thoughts on the season, missed opportunity. February, I think we were 1 point off 7th place, just beat Tottenham and Chelsea away. And it's really kind of ended on a sour note, but given the context of the start of the season, have to say we've achieved what we set out to achieve, plus a little bit more, I think. So, a lot of work to be done over the summer, but at least we've got a bit of hope. which we probably didn't have, when we kicked off at the start of this current season.
Absolutely, and Wolves have finished in the end 14th, one place further down than the season before, but as Paul says, probably a lot better than many had us down for relegation. This is a benchmark now. It has fell off a little bit. We've got to strengthen this team. We've got to make sure we keep our key assets, have a good pre-season, and then we've got to start well next season. The only problem is Semedo's probably going to miss a couple of games, but it is what it is. So yeah, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. We've got loads coming up. We've got the Jurgen Klopp little talk at the end. We've got the match vlog. We've got extra time Monday night. Thanks to Chelsea for doing the watch along. Thanks for you guys for sticking with us and subscribing with us and hitting the likes on those videos all season long. We will keep the content coming through the summer, and we will be back, hopefully having more joy than pain next season. From myself, the gaffer, and the professor. We'll call you the professor. I think you should be a professor. Always Wolves.